Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy you're here today. I want you to grab a pen and a paper. Take a deep breath because you made it. You are here. I am so proud of you for clicking play on that replay today so that you can take these next 15, 20 minutes and really dive into what is holding you back. What keeps stopping you from reaching your goals? And we're going to figure out a way to move forward. Today, you're going to learn how to adjust and not quit. Because if you can learn how to do that, there is nothing that can stop you. If you don't know me, I am Amber Biebelheimer. My clients love to call me Coach Amber B because it is way easier. I grew up in North Dakota. I moved to Nashville. The minute I turned 18, I then met my husband in Colorado. And now we live in Minnesota for the past 20 years, and who knows what's next on the horizon. I am the host of the Momentum Restart podcast. If you haven't heard it yet, please take a listen. I'm a speaker, a teacher, the creator of the Momentum Restart, and also just a few fun facts. I'm a coffee and pizza diehard lover. I'm a teacher. I'm a musician. I have two rowdy boys at home. One of them might make an appearance today. And I'm always seeking adventure and connection, which is why I am so happy that you are here so that we can connect today and I can help support you in your goals. I want you to start by writing down one realistic thing that you want to accomplish that aligns with your values. That's how we set a goal. Start there. And it could be for one realistic thing for this week or today. Take a minute to write it down. Then settle in, take another deep breath because you made it. And focus on that win for a second. Let's get our mindset in that progress loop. Remember that you prioritized you today. Whether you're watching this after kids are in bed or in the middle of your workday or early in the morning, you decided that your health is important. You've probably heard before that you can't give from an empty cup, and I 100% agree with that. But I also want you to know that even if you weren't giving from your cup, that you are worth investing in just because you are you. And you are important. You deserve to feel good. So you've got some goals written down. You just wrote down one for today. Now that's great, right? You're being intentional. Your time is precious. It is so important to be intentional with our time. That's why we write goals. Not to give ourselves too much pressure or to feel overwhelmed, but because then we have a direction and intention that's aligned with our values so we can have the life that we want. But now I want you to think with this goal today, what would happen if your plan hit a detour this afternoon? What if you got distracted with a big exciting announcement from a friend later on? What if you had some last minute demands put on you that you just couldn't say no to? What happens then? There is this strange phenomena. I don't know what this is, that when I plan to start getting up early to get my workouts in, my kids just have the sixth sense and they know that mom is getting up an hour early. So they start waking up early too with me. They are up all night sometimes with little to no sleep. And when that happens, I know that it's really tempting to say, I can't do this because this happened. Now I can't do this. The problem is that these things happen. And when they do, it can feel like you never get momentum towards your goal. That there is always going to keep happening. That there's always going to be something that pops up that keeps you from your goal. And really, when this happens to me, I start to feel really stuck. I start to feel really frustrated. And sometimes I actually ask myself, why? Why am I even trying? I'll just wait until I have more time or more money or energy to take care of myself. Or maybe you're someone who goes the other way. Maybe instead of getting overwhelmed and quitting, you tend to just push through. When you hit a roadblock, you say, it's on the paper, I'm doing this. But then you end up overextending yourself because you're not checking in with what your body needs. So what if you can find momentum forward, even with setbacks? What if you can learn to adjust and not quit? Imagine celebrating on a Sunday, reaching that goal that you set out for the week. Even if your kids are sick or a big deadline at work or life just overall trying to throw you off, not only would you feel so good having reached your goal, but knowing that you didn't quit, you would feel so freaking good, so strong, and so resilient that you're going to want to do it again next week. And that's momentum. It's learning how to adjust and not quit so you can keep going no matter what. So, in today's workshop, I'm going to teach you one of the key pillars to the momentum restart method. And I really think it's one of the most important because if you can learn to adjust and not quit, nothing's going to stop you. So, before I give you these 4 steps to help you adjust, let's just take a quick second to talk about why quitting is so bad, right? Sometimes people are like, well, if you can't do something, you should quit, right? What I'm talking about specifically today is giving up, saying it's never going to happen, or completely stopping all of your healthy habits because life is just too hard right now, and saying, I will start again later. I will start again later when I have more time. Here's the thing. Imagine this. You're holding a dumbbell in your hand and you're doing a bicep curl, right? So you're doing a bicep curl and then you let the dumbbell come down and you're straightening your arm. And then you just let your arm hang there for a second. Totally stop that bicep curl. Just let your arm hang and relax. Then when you want to start again and start lifting up that bicep curl, you have to start from zero momentum behind you, lifting back up, which takes so much more work for that muscle. Rather than if you had some continuous movement and that continuous momentum moving forward, then you don't have to muster up. It's just like mustering up that motivation from zero when you're ready to start again. If you're stuck in that start and quit cycle over and over again, then you are always starting from zero. But what if we could adjust and keep something going, even if it's not everything? So the first step to learning how to adjust and not quit is to expect setbacks. You don't quit taking walks just because there are cracks in the sidewalk, right? I'm sure you still get outside and go on a walk. I just talked about this in my podcast a couple weeks ago, and I found it this morning. I was so excited. I posted on Instagram. The Nintendo game California Games, I figured out the name of it, is what I played when I was a kid, and it's a girl with a ponytail on the sidewalk by the beach, and she is roller skating down the sidewalk. And the point of the game is she wants to hop over these cracks in the sidewalk or grass or sand or banana peels. And she's just living her best life, just going about her roller skating and hopping over each of these setbacks. And I love how that image of there's going to be banana peels in the way, right? We set out to have a goal and there's going to be cracks. There's going to be detours. There's going to be distractions. There's going to be extra demands put on us. There's going to be interruptions. And what we need to do first is flip our mindset from feeling frustrated and allowing it to make us stop our momentum and instead expecting it. So ask yourself this, on a scale of 0 to 5, how well are you doing at expecting setbacks? 0, like, wow, I never even think of it. And every time it happens, I just get totally thrown off. Or 5, you are strong and resilient and you 100% know you're going to have 1,000 setbacks today. The next step is you've now expected the setback, but now I want to make sure you're evaluating it. When setbacks happen, instead, they can feel frustrating. I'm not telling you to not feel frustrated, but let's not just let it keep us stuck, right? Feel the frustration, but then use it as a tool to learn. Let's evaluate it and figure out how we can grow from it. How can we do better? Each week, I like to look back and evaluate what was the setback that I had this week and how can I change it? How can I adjust? This is called the art of restarting. You're going to evaluate your setback by categorizing it. First, ask yourself, is this a recurring setback or circumstantial? So if it's recurring, like a certain day, it just keeps happening, or a certain thing happens that makes you stop. Like for me, I can never keep up with my health goals past Friday. That was a setback I was stuck in for a long time, where I would do well all week, but Friday night came and I just didn't care anymore, I noticed. Or is it circumstantial? Like sickness popped up, school changes, work changing, you have travel coming up, fun family events. Circumstantial is something you have no control over that just is unique to this week. If it's circumstantial, I want you to let it go, change that expectation, and just know that you can't expect the same routine to work that you had before when you have a new set of circumstances. This was really common last year. I kept hearing this from clients when they were saying, I was having a great workout schedule and I was getting it in, but I just can't do it anymore. And once we realized, well, your life looks really different now. You are teaching all of your kids at home. For a lot of parents, that was the reality last year. And your environment and your schedule and your life and your bandwidth doesn't look the same. Your circumstances are different. So your old routines are not going to work. Now that you know what you can do with that, I want you to also check in if it is recurring. Okay. So if it's recurring, congratulations. You found your sticking point, your sticky moment, I like to call it. There's a sticking point in everybody's week where you just keep hitting that same wall. And now that you know it, you can adjust your goals to support it. So think through and write down, what is a setback that you had this week? And know this too, give yourself some grace. The art of restarting is not something that you master in one workshop like this. This is a skill that you develop over time after evaluating setbacks each week and adjusting and finding a win. Over time, that resiliency really does grow and you do become stronger than before. And those setbacks don't have as much of an effect on you as they once did. So name what your setback was, because now I'm going to show you the next step. Now that you've expected it, you've evaluated it, you've categorized it. Is it recurring or circumstantial? And now we know what we can do with it. The next step is to modify, ask for help, or adjust. Remember, it does not have to be all or nothing. It can be all or something. You can do something always, right? Remember that bicep curl we talked about? If you completely straighten that arm and quit, that means then you have to muster up all that motivation when you're ready to start again. So instead, when a setback comes your way, instead of just totally quitting everything and saying, I'll start again later and having to start from zero, what if you could adjust? What if you could modify and keep something going, that one thing going, so that you can keep moving forward and stay in that momentum? One thing I really like to ask clients is, what is your plan B? So you want to work out and you're going to make a plan A this week to work out every morning at 7 a.m. That's awesome. You can do that. I totally believe in you. And what are you going to do if you sleep in? What if you had a late night and you just accidentally slept in? What's your plan B going to be? Because instead of waking up and saying, oh, well, I didn't get plan A in, so I'm not going to do it at all. What if you had a plan B that was a modified or adjustment? Or what if you asked for help? Because chances are your week is not going to go perfectly. And if you don't hit a plan successfully, that doesn't mean that you just have to throw in the towel until Monday. So that setback that you wrote down a few minutes ago, now it's time to brainstorm. And this might take some time. This is actually something that we really dig into every single week in the Momentum Restart. We really dig into, okay, what was our setback? What was our sticking point? Let's brainstorm a bunch of ideas on how we can modify and adjust and move forward. So it might take some time to brainstorm, but write down a few off the top of your head. How can you modify, ask for help, or adjust? And the last step, so important to make sure that this happens, and that is to have accountability. You need accountability, and I'm not just talking about people, having a team around you. You need accountability to make sure it happens. So I talk in the Momentum Restart a lot about adding pulls to your life to help you follow through on the things that you want to do. We talk a lot about making sure that there's accountability set up, whether it's people, whether it's a group, whether it's your schedule, whether it's something that helps encourage you to move forward so that you don't always have to personally muster up that willpower every single day. That makes such a big difference when you can wake up and you've got this path laid out. I imagine you're running down the road like a race and everybody's cheering for you on the sides and pulling you forward. Wouldn't that be amazing and motivating to wake up to? So I have a lot of accountability in many different forms. I have so many different coaches and programs and different things that I'm a part of, and my home and my family and my support system is set up so that it helps pull me forward to do the things that I want to do. So I want you to think for a second, kind of where you're at. This is a really good thing to do a couple times a year and think through how you can fill those holes if needed. So one, do you feel like I have zero accountability? I am 100% on my own and I need some help. Or two, do you feel like I have some accountability? I've got the people around me, but it just doesn't seem to be enough to keep me on track. Or do you feel like I've got this full team of support around me and I am on track? So as you're learning to adjust and not quit, again, I want to reiterate, this is reality, right? Our expectation is, okay, I learned this. Now I got this down. No, this is a skill that you learn over time. It's an art of restarting. So it's going to be up and down, but you're going to consistently move forward if you keep doing something. Okay, so if it's okay with you, I want to share something I've been working on refining this last year to help you build momentum in your health and your life. So you know what to do. You know, now that you've learned how to adjust and not quit, you know how you're going to make it happen regardless of what life throws at you, right? You've got a solid plan, a healthy program, a community that teaches you everything you need to know. But now let's throw some gas on the fire and help you remove any roadblocks that keep you from succeeding, because I want to help you quit quitting on yourself. This is the Momentum Restart Accelerator. I am so excited for this. It has been in the works for over a year, and this is an amazing add-on to whatever health program you are doing. This accelerator is going to be really, really high touch, personalized accountability in real time. And I'll show you how. So we are going to have a one-on-one call, you and me, to talk through your success plan. So after you go through all of the Momentum Restart coaching and you learn how to have this strong, resilient mindset, and you have worked through creating habits that stick and gotten rid of some self-sabotaging, you finish those 6 weeks with a one-on-one call with me to make a success plan for you moving forward. You're going to have daily high-touch Voxer accountability for real-time motivation. If you haven't Voxered before, it's on your phone, it's an app, and it's like a walkie-talkie. So we're going to be talking to each other in real time. Like when you approach a setback and you're like, I have the setback, I don't know what to do, I need to ask for help, how do I modify? I'm right there in real time with our voice right there, or texting, either one. You're going to have a vibrant, inspiring community because that makes such a difference. They're going to be cheering you on. I'm going to have 10 women cheering you on the sidelines, not just on social media, but in real time in that Voxer. You're going to have personalized goals made for you. You and I are going to make personal goals together every week. They're going to be personalized for your capacity, for your schedule, for your goals, your values. They're all going to be individualized, something that really revs you up for the week. And I know Fridays are extra tricky. So we're going to have Friday check-ins to help keep momentum going all week. And of course, we're going to have Momentum Restart group coaching. So every week, this group of 10 women, you and me, we're going to meet and I'm going to teach you tools like I taught you today to help you stop self-sabotaging and start creating habits that stick. But we're going to take it a lot deeper on our coaching calls. We are going to really dig through what was a setback, what we're going to brainstorm, how we can move forward. We're going to add pulls to our life. We're going to really define our why and take it next level. And for the first 24 hours, I am also offering a bonus call. So next week we have a kickoff call, a group call on Tuesday on the 28th at 7:30 Central. So if you're registering, mark your calendar. It's going to be super fun. And if you register in the next 24 hours, you and I are going to connect and have a one-on-one 30-minute call next week as well to get started super high touch right away and kick off your Accelerator one-on-one with a goal call. I am so thankful that you guys stuck around today to listen. You can catch this registration for the Momentum Restart Accelerator and you can go to my website on fasterwaywithamberb.com and then click on Momentum Restart. And if you have any questions, just DM me at Coach Amber B on Instagram. I'm going to be hanging out there today to answer any of your questions. And I promised you this big time bonus is for you guys listening today or the replay today. So you will have access to that up until Friday at 1:00 Central Time. And remember today when those detours, when they come, because they're going to come, or maybe it's fun distractions, you're going to be fine, friend. Just remember that you expected it. You are resilient. You are wildly capable. You are stronger than you realize. And know that I am cheering for you here regardless. Thank you for staying and listening today. I am so excited to hear your questions. Tag me on Instagram. I want to hear how you are adjusting from your setbacks. And we'll talk with you soon. Bye.